Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Stephanie, and along with my husband Jason, we are documenting our journey through infertility, IVF, our marriage, and our faith. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you click that little subscribe button. Welcome to our family. So today I'm going to be talking about the blood work, the saline ultrasound that I had done, and then getting our calendar. So we're getting there. Almost to the starting line. Let's get started and I'll talk about all that. So the first thing that I had done was went and got more blood work done, and we did that on day 4 of my cycle. I believe that was the last day that I could have done it, but due to when I started my period, which was like really late on Friday night, and then I kind of forgot to call the doctor on Monday. Whoops. So Tuesday was the last day that we could have done it. So thankfully I remembered to call. But they were just basically testing my AMH, my FSH, my estradiol level, a couple other things. It was basically a full blood work panel that they wanted to do. So I'll insert a little clip here from that day. I had the best lady there taking my blood. For me, I hate going and giving blood because I feel like I have to tell them how to do their job, but that's really not what I go for. I have teeny tiny little veins and they like to roll around a lot, and so I always try and warn them just so that they can do their job well and I don't get poked with a needle a million different times for them to try and find my veins. So my motto is help me help you through the whole process. But she was amazing. She was super friendly, so that always kind of takes my mind off of what's going on because I can't watch, so I just kind of always like look away. But she was just fantastic. It was over before I even realized what we were doing. The next thing that we had done was the saline ultrasound. You may hear it called a sonogram or a sonohistogram. I believe they're all the same thing. My doctor just refers to it as an ultrasound, so that's what you might hear me refer to it as. But that's where they're checking for any cysts or polyps or fibroids. And for me, this is always the part where I get concerned about because of my history with cysts. If you are new, I have had 2 cysts on my ovaries, which both have required surgeries. So this is always the part where I get a little antsy and just kind of, oh, please cross my fingers, say lots of prayers, and just hope for the best. So last year, everything was fine when we did our first cycle of IVF. Didn't have any problems with this part, so I was just hoping that we did the same thing this time. So I also have some clips from that and just having my doctor show me what's going on in the ultrasound and kind of explain what's going on.
We're looking for polyps in this area here. Side to side. All normal. You're going to pass your test.
Okay.
Awesome. This catheter is right there. It's inside. Watch her kind of pull that catheter. Couldn't see it really that good. All good inside the uterus. Very good.
And that procedure is just like a pap smear. So they insert the speculum, they clean off your cervix, and then they insert the catheters. I believe my doctor inserts multiple catheters. I think sometimes you might just hear him say 1, but I think there were multiple that he inserted. And then they start pushing through that saline or water, whatever solution it is, but they start pushing that through, and it just kind of opens up and dilates everything to make sure that they can get a good eye in there, make sure everything is good with your uterus. You want to make sure that nothing's going to interfere with your cycle, whether it's you're doing the egg retrieval piece or you're transferring and getting ready to get pregnant. You just want to make sure nothing's going to interfere and cause a problem. The only weird part about this is that for me, I kind of feel like I peed my pants whenever this is all over and said and done. So there's no cramping for me in terms of like pain or anything like that. I didn't need Tylenol or ibuprofen or anything. They told me that I might spot a little bit. I didn't. They just tell you to wear a panty liner, and mainly that's because you might feel like you pee your pants because some of that water or saline is kind of leaking out after everything is said and done. So that's the only really fun part to do. So the best part is that we finally got our calendar. We are ready to go. They gave us an initial calendar, and it was gonna put me right smack dab in the busy period of my work schedule. And I am super stressed. I work 60 to 70 hour days every week during this time. I knew that that was not the ideal environment for me to be doing, pumping myself full of hormones and doing all of the things. And it would have just been hard for work to try and make sure I had everything done ahead of the retrieval time and all that. So I just said, this is just not gonna work. So I called my doctor, asked if there was any possible way that we could just tweak the calendar slightly, about 2 weeks, just to push it, and which would have freed me up completely work-wise. My stress level will definitely be way down, and they said that was no problem. So because I was already on birth control pills, they had me take the pill for so many days, I forget how long it was, and all I did was just stop taking the pill after so long. It triggered me to have a cycle, and then we got back on the pill after that was over. So we're all good now, got our calendar, and we are ready to go. So we will be starting everything in mid-April with a potential retrieval date at the very end of April. So I would appreciate all of your prayers. We are forming that prayer circle, and we're praying for lots of good quality eggs, good quality sperm that will just help us get those good quality embryos. But that's it for the prep work. So we've done all the ultrasounds that I will do before we start meds, and we got our calendar, did blood work, so we're good. So we just kind of wait. Now we wait for, I believe it's another 2 weeks before I start the little baby shots and all that fun stuff. We will do a consult with the nurse, I believe this week, to talk about the meds that we're doing, just to make sure that we don't have any questions from last year about how to perform them, how to mix them up, and all of that fun stuff. We'll need to order our meds still. I haven't done that yet, so I'll make sure and show you guys that unboxing, because that is quite the treat if you've never seen that done before. Alright guys, that is all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you click that little subscribe button and leave a comment down below. So while we're getting ready for all of this IVF stuff, and you guys know that I love to pray for you, and I'm always digging into the Word. If you have a favorite Bible verse, comment down below. Just your go-to Bible verse that you love. Leave that down below. Let me know so that I can meditate on that as we go through this whole process. So I will talk to you guys later. I will see you next Monday for another video. Have a great week. God bless, and I will talk to you guys later.